two ways to rescue a ruined day. We all have those days where we feel too anxious, too overwhelmed, too agitated, too stressed, too lonely, too sad, too heartbroken, or just overstimulated in general, and we can't get things done because of that. We had things that we wanted to do in the day, we had tasks to take care of, habits to take care of, we had projects that we want to take on, but because of this general sense of being overwhelmed and stressed in different ways, we don't engage in those tasks. Life just feels too much. So what do you do to rescue a seemingly ruined day? Now, there is definitely part of self-regulation that's about somatic practices. It's about reconnecting to your breath, reconnecting to your body, calming your nervous system down. I advocate for developing this as an essential and integral practice of your at least weekly, if not daily routine. But this time I want to talk about two other aspects of rescuing a ruined day and, spoiler alert, shifting the momentum of your life. The first part is precisely about what I said, shifting the momentum. It's about you taking control over the flow of momentum, flow of energy, flow of attention in your day, which translates into your week, which translates into your life. The second part is more about managing the narrative. So, once again, I will repeat, I fully advocate for developing the practice of conscious breathing, yoga nidra, NSDR, alternate nasal breathing, so many different self-regulation practices that focus on the body. I think it has to be part of your toolkit, but there is more to rescuing a ruined day. There is more to getting things done when you're feeling overwhelmed than just these mindfulness/somatic practices. The first one, when it comes to management of the flow of momentum or influencing the momentum of your life, here is the simplest way to look at it. You basically have two choices when you're feeling overwhelmed. Disengage from the day or re-engage in the day in a manner that is possible now that you're feeling the way that you're feeling. What does that mean? If hopefully you reject the possibility of disengaging from the day, how can you re-engage in a manner that is possible within the confines of how you're feeling? Look at the things that you wanted to accomplish in the day. Look at the tasks, the projects. And then ask yourself, can I either engage in these same things on a way lower level, or if that is also not possible, what are the other things that I can engage in, maybe completely unrelated to my big projects, my big tasks, but still constructive enough to give me a sense of momentum. So if I wanted to write 1,000 words, and then I say to myself, okay, I'm feeling way too overwhelmed, can I write 200 words? Maybe that's a direction to go in. But if I say, no, I'm feeling so overwhelmed, so stressed, so anxious, that I'm right now, I don't feel comfortable even sitting down to write those 200 words. Okay, what is an unrelated activity? So activity unrelated to my main project of the day, but still constructive enough. Is it to go for a walk? Is it to engage in some drawing? Is it to do my laundry? Is it to prepare myself a meal? All of those are constructive activities. Is there another habit that I have? Maybe I'm going to take 5 minutes to practice the foreign language that I'm learning. So any activity that is still constructive to signal to you that you are moving forward in your day and that you have reclaimed some control over the momentum of your day. I will repeat it one more time. You look at the main project or projects or tasks of the day and ask yourself, can I engage in these planned things just on a way lower level? Or if that is not possible, what are other activities that I can engage in unrelated to my main projects of the day, but still constructive enough to signal to me that I have forward movement in my day and in my life. Now the second part, which is about narrative. You need to ask yourself, what can I do with the circumstances that I have? What can I do with the internal and external conditions and internal and external challenges that I have? What can I accomplish to be an exemplar to myself and others that things can be done, that life can be constructively lived even in these circumstances. Now, some of you might be at the moment right now in your life, or at this particular moment of the day when you're watching this, you might feel cynical. Maybe you are stressed, again, anxious, lonely, frustrated, and you feel cynical and you say, I don't want to be an exemplar for others. I don't care about inspiring others. But don't be quick to say that, because maybe you haven't even met people that you're supposed to inspire. And at the very least, you are supposed to be an exemplar to yourself, and you are supposed to inspire yourself. So, within the confines of your current circumstances, your conditions, your challenges, your limitations, there are still things you can accomplish. And that is way more impressive than accomplishing things in perfect conditions, quote unquote perfect conditions, than accomplishing things where everything just goes smoothly. We never look at stories of people, or we are never inspired by stories of people whose lives went smoothly. You never look at projects that went without any challenges and obstacles, and you're never inspired by those stories. You're inspired by the stories of people who accomplish things with limitations, with obstacles, with constraints. So you need to ask yourself, for the sake of shifting the narrative around your challenges and limitations and circumstances, again, both internal and external, you need to ask yourself, how can I engage in this, and what can I accomplish still with how my life looks like right now, how I feel right now, in a way that I'm an exemplar of the fact that things can get done, things can be accomplished, even under these circumstances. Why am I talking about all of this? Because I'm the proof of both of these things that I mentioned. Taking control over the flow and momentum of your day and shifting the narrative, those are the things that I have been doing for the last 6 years, through personal challenges, both external and internal. And fun fact, these two things are what is helping me make this video. Today, I had a video prepared that was supposed to be around 40 minutes of a detailed psychological analysis of a text that I want to share with you. However, I was faced with a piece of information that completely shattered the ideas that I had about the next couple of months of my life, ideas and plans, and it's very overwhelming, to say the least. So, one possibility was to disengage from the day, because I genuinely feel dysregulated, but I asked myself the same questions that I shared with you. Can I do the same project task on a lower level? Can I do something else unrelated but still helping me take over the control of the momentum of the day? In this case, on a lower level, lower version of the originally intended task is this very video. After this, I'm going for a walk. I will be doing some conscious breathing, as I said, still immensely value those practices. And then when it comes to being an exemplar, everything that I do, again, for the last 6 years, has been an example of accomplishing things with both internal and external obstacles and challenges. So if I can do these things, if I can engage in my life and create my mission first of all, and then pursue my mission, you can do it absolutely. Hopefully this was helpful. Again, this video is an example of the things that I'm sharing with you being possible and being true. So I'm hoping you take the moment to pause, refuse the idea of disengaging from your day if you feel overwhelmed, and go through the questions that I share with you, go through these reframes, and take over the flow and momentum of your day and shift the narrative, because you can be and you should be, and I believe most of you already are, exemplars of what it means to achieve things in life, even in the face of challenges and obstacles and limitations and constraints. Thank you.